This question is from GATE Mechanical Engineering of 2019. This is question number 13 of set 2. The question is, which one of the following modifications of the simple ideal Rankine cycle increases the thermal efficiency and reduces the moisture content at the turbine outlet? Four statements given to us are: first is increasing the boiler pressure, second is decreasing the boiler pressure, third is increasing the turbine inlet temperature, and fourth is decreasing the condenser pressure. Let's understand the ideal Rankine cycle here. Here, this figure represents a schematic diagram of ideal Rankine cycle. So let's say it figure A, and this is the TS diagram of an ideal Rankine cycle. Let's say B. So from process 2 to 3, heat is added in the boiler. In process 3 to 4, the steam reaches the turbine and work is done by the system. And from 4 to 1, the condenser rejects the heat out of the system. These both diagrams are the representation of ideal Rankine cycle. So let me write here ideal Rankine cycle. Okay, so this is TS diagram and this is the schematic representation of ideal Rankine cycle. So here we have seen the working of ideal Rankine cycle. Now let's see the actual Rankine cycle, how it deviates from the ideal cycle. Now this is the TS diagram of actual Rankine cycle. We can see here that the pump and the turbine do not operate isentropically in practice. In the actual turbine, the work delivered is less than the isentropic turbine, that is 3 to 4. So and here 3 to 4 dash is the actual turbine. So the work delivered here is lesser than the process 3 to 4. Same goes with the pump also. The work consumed by this actual pump 1 to 2 dash is greater as compared to the isentropic pump, that is represented by 1 to 2. And so the thermal efficiency of this is represented as eta is equal to H3 minus H4 dash minus H2 dash minus H1 whole divided by H3 minus H2. So this is the thermal efficiency of practical Rankine cycle. The isentropic efficiency of the turbine is written as eta T is equal to work done by in the actual process or work done by the actual turbine, that is 3 to 4 dash, divided by the work done by the isentropic turbine, that is 3 to 4. So we will write H3 minus H4 dash divided by H3 minus H4. Okay, so this is 4 dash. So after understanding the ideal and the actual Rankine cycle, now we have already seen the ideal and actual or practical Rankine cycle. Now let's see the methods to increase the efficiency of the Rankine cycle. The basic idea to increase the efficiency of the Rankine cycle is to increase the average temperature at which the heat is transferred to the working fluid in the boiler, or decrease the average temperature at which heat is rejected from the working fluid in the condenser. Let's see the first method by lowering the condenser pressure. Now from this TS diagram, by lowering the operating pressure here of the condenser lowers the temperature at which heat is rejected. Okay, so T4 is shifted to T4 dash. The overall effect of lowering the condenser pressure is an increase in thermal efficiency of the cycle. So if we decrease the pressure, okay, if we decrease the condenser pressure, it decreases the temperature. It decreases the temperature at which heat is rejected, and the overall efficiency is the thermal efficiency of the cycle increases. Now let's see the second method, that is superheating the steam to high temperature. The average temperature at which heat is added to the steam can be increased without increasing the boiler pressure by heating the steam to higher temperature. So here we are heating the steam to higher temperature from 3 to 3 dash. Now we can see here when we move it to 3 dash, so there is an increase in net work done. Okay, and superheating the steam to higher temperature has another very desirable effect, it decreases the moisture content of the steam. So here we are increasing the turbine inlet temperature. So if we increase the turbine inlet temperature, net work done increases, right? So this increases, in turns it increases the thermal efficiency of the cycle. Superheating the steam has one more desirable effect, that is it decreases the moisture content. So if we superheat the steam, it decreases the moisture content. Another method to increase the thermal efficiency of the ideal Rankine cycle is increasing the boiler pressure. Okay, so let's see how it works. Increasing the operating pressure of the boiler automatically raises the temperature at which boiling takes place. Now this rise in the average temperature, so the average temperature it will increase, and thus it raises the thermal efficiency of the cycle. Here we see the net work done is decreasing, and here we can see that there is increase in net work done. The overall effect is the net work done of the cycle will increase. Okay, and so is the thermal efficiency of the cycle. Now let's go back to the options, to the given options, and see which statement is correct. So the first statement is increasing the boiler pressure. Of course, increasing the boiler pressure will increase the thermal efficiency of the Rankine cycle, but it will not reduce the moisture content. Decreasing the boiler pressure will also increase the thermal efficiency of the Rankine cycle, but again it will not decrease the moisture content of the steam. Okay, but increasing the turbine inlet temperature, as we have seen in second method of increasing the thermal efficiency, that if we increase the turbine inlet temperature, it increases the thermal efficiency as well as it decreases the moisture content of the steam at the turbine outlet. So option C is the correct choice. Now to get more information on Rankine cycle, the ideal Rankine cycle or the practical Rankine cycle, you can refer to the NPTEL course on steam power engineering by Professor Vinayak N. Kulkarni of the Department of Mechanical Engineering at IIT Guwahati. Hopefully I was able to clear your doubt. Have a great day. Thank you.